Hello and welcome. If you've ever found yourself saying something like, after everything I've done for you, or you're breaking my heart, or even something like, if you've loved me, you wouldn't do this, then this is a conversation worth staying with. Not because you've done something wrong, but because this is something many parents experience quietly and often without realizing its deeper impact. Let's take a moment to understand what is really happening here. Most parents do not intentionally try to manipulate their children. We are not trying to harm them. We are trying to guide them, protect them, and help them to make the right choices. But in moments of fear or frustration or emotional overwhelm, we sometimes reach for tools that work quickly. We use guilt. We express disappointment in ways that carry weight. We, we withdraw emotionally, hoping that the child will correct themselves. And yes, these methods often work in the moment. The child listens, the situation settles. But something else is happening beneath the surface. Over time, children begin to internalize these patterns. They start to feel that love depends on how they behave, that if they disagree, they might hurt you, that being fully honest might create emotional discomfort in the relationship. And so, very quietly, they begin to adjust themselves. They may start hiding things, they may try to please, they may avoid difficult conversations, not because they are unwilling to be honest, but because they are trying to protect the emotional connection. And this is where trust begins to shift. What children actually need is not emotional pressure to behave well, they need clarity. They need a sense of safety in communication, and they need to experience emotional steadiness from the adult. Your role is not to make them responsible for how you feel. Your role is to help them learn how to understand and manage their own emotions over time. So, what does this look like in everyday life? It begins with a small but powerful shift. Instead of saying something like, "You're hurting me by doing this," you might say, "I don't agree with this choice of yours." The difference is subtle but important. One creates emotional burden while the other creates clarity. Similarly, when you feel upset, instead of saying, "You're making me upset," you can say, "I'm feeling upset right now. I need a moment." This is not distancing, it is modeling emotional responsibility. And even when you are setting a boundary, the connection does not need to disappear. You can be firm and still be warm. You can disagree and still remain available. A child should feel, even in difficult moments, "I am not in agreement, but I am still loved." Over time, these small shifts create a very different environment. You begin to notice that a child is not afraid to tell you the truth. They may not always make the right choices, but they are willing to be honest about them. And that honesty is far more valuable than temporary obedience. There is also an important truth to hold gently here. Many parents feel that without emotional pressure, children will not listen. But what actually sustains influence in the long run is not pressure, it is the trust. Pressure may bring quick results, but trust builds openness, and openness builds a lasting relationship. And if you are listening to this and recognizing moments where you may have used emotional pressure, that's okay. Every parent has. What matters is not perfection. What matters is awareness and the willingness to repair. You can always go back and say, I shouldn't have said that. I was upset. But that's not your responsibility. That one sentence can rebuild more trust than trying to be perfect all the time. In the end, parenting is not about controlling behavior through emotion. It is about creating a space where a child feels safe enough to be honest about their choices, their confusion, and who they are becoming. And that kind of honesty is what carries a relationship forward, long after authority is no longer needed. If this is something you are navigating and you find yourself unsure at times, you are not alone in this, and you can always reach out and have a conversation. Thank you for being here.